Merrill Lynch is out with a brand new report called A Transforming World. Here to talk about it is Mary Ann Bartels. Welcome, Mary Ann.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I thought that the investment world is always transforming, so tell me, how's it changing?
Well, we're looking at long-term macro themes, and everyone seems to be so focused on the market hitting all-time highs and not asking the question, what is transforming within the markets? So we have three major themes that we're looking at over the next 12 to 18 months. U.S. innovation, major market shifts, and new geopolitics.
All right, let's talk about the energy part of that innovation. Will fracking prevail? Will we be energy independent? And what does it mean for investors?
Well, what's interesting is for almost 70 years, the U.S. has relied on importing energy, and it is now possible in our future that we will become a net exporter. And fracking is part of that U.S. new innovation technology that is allowing us to actually have this supply. And when we break down the different investment areas that we're looking at areas like even transporting the energy, looking at services where you're finding the fracking.
Next, let's talk about the part of the report where you talk about the rise of stocks. Now, are you saying that stocks are the way from here on in because bonds are on their way out?
Well, we are saying that equities are in a new secular bull market, and I think that's one of the biggest debates. Is this just a rally that is being stimulated by central bank printing, or is this real? And we're coming from the framework that we do believe that this is a new secular bull market, that stocks are inexpensive, and when you particularly compare stocks to bonds, that equities are a much cheaper asset class. So we are beginning to prepare our clients for a higher interest rate environment in the years coming.
And outside of energy, which you just said you liked, which sector of stocks?
We really like technology. This is part of U.S. innovation. We're seeing innovation in terms of cloud computing, digitalization, big data, because we're dealing with such big data sets. The traditional data sets, computers that we have can't handle all the data. We're looking at personalized medicine, gene mapping, and technology's really lagged, and it's also an area that's relatively inexpensive and also has yield.
And a third part of the Transforming World report talks about the emerging markets. The U.S. stocks have been outperforming emerging markets over the past year. So is it time to get back to the BRICS?
I don't think right now is the time. We are recommending that you should be overweight emerging markets, but if you really look at commodities, they peaked in 2011. We don't really see a bottom, and we think commodities are forecasting still slower growth in the emerging markets, but we definitely do think that this is a long-term secular theme. The area that we're investing in terms of a transforming world is looking at the consumer and the rise of the middle class in emerging markets. It's projected that we will have 2 billion people in middle class by 2030. So we think that that's part of the big transformation that's occurring worldwide.
All right, thanks a lot, Mary Ann Bartels.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching The Street.